Now, final part of the setup here for the project. So, in the section down here, you can see that we've got a floor to ceiling height here of 2487. Okay, 2487. That's a bit arbitrary to say the least, but it does give us an important piece of information as to actually where our ceiling level is. All right. So we're going to make a little adjustment here. First of all, I'm in my east elevation here. I'm just going to click into this figure here. And I'm going to make this 2.45. All right. That has shifted my grid line down. So what we're saying is that that is the underside of the ceiling. Now, it's obviously not the first floor, so we're going to change the little tag on this one here, and we're going to call this ceiling. FFL finished. Well, we'll just call it FL finished. And now it's going to ask me, would you like to name this in the corresponding views? And I'm going to answer yes. So watch over here. That's where the first floor is. And I will go yes. And there we've got our ceiling finished level. Now that I've done that here, that'll apply to all of the elevations there as well. Right, we're going back into our ground floor plan. And this is one of the little things that foxed people last time around. So if you look down at the bottom down here, we've got a couple of commands down here. The one we're interested in is this show crop region. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to reduce our crop region. So rather than working in a big field, we're going to work in a smaller field by bringing down our crop region here, right? Now, when we drag our view onto the sheet, it means that it's not going to disappear on us or end up in space or something like that. The view will come in, something like that there. Now, once I've got that done, I can turn off my crop region. If I want to go back at any point and see what's happening outside here, I can click this little command here where it says do not crop. And you can see that I can see my elevation markers and my section lines and various things like that there. So that's handy to be able to do that. Now it just locates us there. And I'm going to do that for each of my elevations as well. So I'm going to turn on the crop region. Okay, that's already pretty well set up. That's great. So I'll turn that one off again. I'll go into my north. And let's just check our crop region in the north. Perfect. That's pretty good there too. South. Let's check this one. Okay, now that one is quite large. So we'll drag this in over here and turn it off. Okay, and then finally the west. And let's turn on the crop region there. Okay, and that one is spot on. Now, so rather than having to do that later at some point, I've done that now. And even if I wanted to go down to my sheet, at this point here, I've got my TU Dublin sheet happening here. I can actually drag my ground floor plan over. It's at a scale of 1:50, and I'll drop it in like so. I'm going to swap out that title, view title here um, for the no line with the detail ref. That's the one I prefer, and I'm going to move that up to that position. Actually, I'm going to take that down here roughly. And I'll just use my arrow keys now just to position that. And at this point here, I can actually do I can bring my elevations across as well. Although what I'm going to do is I'm going to work in the elevations at a scale of 1:50. We might be changing that scale at a later point, depending on what the guys in studio want to do. Um, but you can see once I've got even the grids and the levels set up, then I can start to drag those across. And as we are filling in, drawing our building elements here in the ground floor plan, obviously it'll start to come up on the sheet as well. And it's a great way to see how your project is developing if you do it that way. Okay, so that's part 3, and we're set up and we're ready to go. The next job we're going to be doing is taking a look at walls and designing the wall types for this particular cabin. So I don't have info on that yet, so I'll be chatting about that to you in class.